This thought process came from our 20th round of group coaching, because we were talking about how at the beginning of group coaching, the Next Level Podcast Accelerator, you set goals and you are going to change your goals and you're going to redesign your life, quote unquote, many times within the 12 weeks we're together.
Success does not happen by default. Success happens by design.
Next Level Nation, today for episode number 2215. How often should you redesign your life? It's heavy. That's a heavy way to start. That is a heavy, heavy, heavy way to start an episode.
You thought I had more to say after that?
I expected more out of you.
I thought I did too. And I was like, nope.
I expected more. I thought it was a dramatic pause. It was a dramatic pause onto the episode, and here we are together. How often should you redesign your life from your perspective?
Okay. You're not going to like this.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's a great way to start a conversation.
I might like it.
Seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, quarters, years, decades, lifetime.
Yep.
Okay.
Words, all words. Yep, I've heard. Yep, all
Okay.
words.
That actually goes from the second all the way to the lifetime. It's in order. I've spent serious time memorizing that. So I need you to be more impressed.
That
than
is
you are right now.
fair. I've just heard you say it so many times. For me, it's like, get to the fucking point, will you?
Yeah, okay, gotcha. You
Flex your memory, or you want to add value here?
Mostly the first one. No. I do think that in real time, second on second, you have to be adaptive. But it all has to roll up to your lifetime goals. But you should do a redesign a little bit each day, a little bit each week, a little bit each month, and definitely at minimum every quarter. And certainly at the beginning and end of every year. I do think, again, these are arbitrary moments, like December 31st versus January 1st are not really that different. But the way the human brain works, they're very different. Because you have to compartmentalize something. It's the new year. It's a fresh start. You got to capitalize on that. I don't think you should just, don't wait 4 weeks to start a goal because it's not the new year yet. I think that's when it gets wonky. But the macro answer is you should redesign your life second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour in real time toward your weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual goals. And those annual goals should hopefully lead to a decade that you want. And then the decade should lead to the life you want. So you've talked to me about this before. I think 0 to 10 is basically just learning basic functions of social skills. I think 10 to 20 is basically when you should be just failing and learning and dating and figuring out life. I think 20 to 30 is when you make your career mistakes. That's when you need to take a lot of shots in your career and just fuck it all up and learn as much as possible. Get a ton of mentors. If you don't have mentors in your 20s, I think you're fucked. Like, you need to have mentors in your 20s.
I didn't have many.
Coaches and mentors, yeah.
Sure.
Which and what were you? I'm kidding.
I was going to be fucked.
You were going to be Jeffed.
Yep.
And then in your 30s, it's all about building. You just build. Everything I do and don't do is building towards something. And then 40s, 50s, and 60s are just unreal amounts of, particularly 40s. I feel like 40s is when most people just crush it in their careers. That's when they make or break their careers. And then 50s, basically you have all the credibility because you've already accomplished so much and earned your stripes, so to speak. And the whole world sees you as more valuable than you really are because you have kids and you're married. You have all the markers of success. Mm-hmm. And then your 60s is all about scale and giving back. And then beyond that, it's basically use your wealth to try to help the world. At least that's the way I think it should be. We've talked about this in the past, but yeah, if you don't, and this is why this is such a wonky conversation, because if you don't know what you want for your life, you pretty much can't. I've been kind of running that system since I was a little kid.
I think I'm way more reactive. My answer would have been as often as necessary. Which,
yeah, but when is it necessary?
When shit feels wrong.
Well, brother, shit was wrong when it didn't feel wrong in the past, right? So that's predicated on.
I know, but if you came to me and said you should be redesigning your life every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year, every decade, I would be like, dude, you can politely get fucked.
Oh yeah, fair.
No.
Okay. Real quick.
No, I'm waiting for the new Eminem album to drop. That's what I'm doing this week.
Are you kidding me?
Well, there's no at the
You're
time.
more
yes.
focused on Eminem's career than your own?
At the time, I was for sure, baby.
That's so
When that new
detrimental.
CD
This is
dropped,
a success podcast, so now I get to say this. That's
I was
the
on
dumbest shit ever.
I was on my way to Walmart. I wanted the first copy, baby. Come on, give it here. For sure. For sure.
If you focused more on your career than Eminem's career, you'd probably be successful.
I would have been more than I was, for sure, at the time, for sure. So I think of it, this is a good way to look at it. Most important win, most important improvement. What is that? Daily redesign.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whether you do it on Friday, whether you do it on Saturday, when you do it on Sunday, whether you do it on the following Monday, a week review. Let me look back at the previous week. That's weekly. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Sunday
Monthly calendar review. Okay, cool.
100%.
Did that. Monthly bank account review. Did that. Monthly exercise, whatever.
Yep.
So I think most people, speaking to myself, are way more proactive. I think you can be reactive by starting on a simple task of most important win, most important improvement. What did I do today really well? That's something that we don't necessarily need to completely redesign. Maybe we just improve it. Most important improvement is literally like, what is something that I need to redesign because it is just not working? And then bada bing, bada boom. I think that's a really good, easy way that's less overwhelming to look at it.
Yeah. Day, week, month, quarter, year. I think that's really good. If you were to just do those, and the intensity depends on the individual. So I told you earlier I needed extra time because we ended Q3 and I don't feel like I've locked in the new software upgrades. And software upgrades is a thing I reference. For any new listeners, there's a metaphor I always use of the iPhone gets better and better and better. My car, I have a smart car, it updates overnight. Like these technologies are updating. I updated Windows 11 earlier, right? You can do that with your brain too. Like if your operating system is the same as it was back in 1995, you're in some serious trouble. Sure. Imagine using a Windows 95 computer right now.
Vista? Was that Vista?
In 1998, Windows Vista.
Oh,
they had a good looking UI, real piece of shit though.
I remember just Oregon Trail and gerbils. That's it. I remember Oregon Trail died of
those were
many things.
Macs. Those are the MacBooks not MacBooks.
I don't remember. That's it. I just remember that was like,
computer?
Yeah, my first, I was like, oh, this is wild shit.
That was
I watched something. Yeah. I watched something last night. This will make a ton of sense to you. It's a channel where this person, I don't know who it is. It's a faceless channel. They train AI components to do things. Mm-hmm. So it was a soccer game between two AI players. Mm-hmm. You get penalized when you do something wrong and you get rewarded when you do something right. And it was and they do thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds. So they get a little bit better each time. It was fucking mind-blowing. Just mind-blowing to me to watch this.
It's called machine learning. And Emilia has a pedicure robot that you put your hand in.
Yes.
And it does your nails. And it learns her hand. So the first time was bad. I mean, it was like, you pull her hand out, it looks like fucking 7th grader did her nails, or 7-year-old. And now it's way better. Machine learning is what that's called. Yeah.
It's wild to watch it like the first portion of it, they're just like squares that can't move.
Yeah. Nice.
And then they learn a little bit. It's like, well, this is forward, this is backward, this is, okay, cool.
Nice.
Then they multiply the speed by like 500, and then the 500th one, like they're able to go towards the ball.
Yep.
And then they know like they can kick the ball.
Can you see the compound effect curve as this is happening?
Yeah, for sure. And then they're so good at the end where it's like...
Unbelievable, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
So real quick, for all our listeners about success and personal development and achieving your goals and dreams, I want to take what Kevin said and instill the fear in you.
Whoa.
No. But I do think instilling some fear will get you off your ass if you're out there. Machines are learning faster than humans. So if you don't start learning every day, you're in serious trouble. And most professions will be robotics. I was in industrial automation in corporate. That's why I did so well. You would walk into these manufacturing facilities and you'd see pictures on the walls of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and it was thousands of workers. And now it's just one floor manager and all robotics. And I happened to sell the machine vision, the eyes of the robotics. And so I did very well, of course, because I'm a sales engineer doing that. But I remember literally the better I did, the less jobs there were. That's never going to stop. Now, those people can go get other jobs. There will always be things you can do to create value in the world, right? 21 years ago, podcasting didn't even exist. Now there's however many podcasters. So it's not like you have to worry about not having things to do. What you do have to worry about is not being intelligent, not being hardworking, and not being prudent and diligent. And like, if you can't focus, a machine will eventually replace you. And if you don't know that, you won't do anything about it. And by the time you do know that, it's too fucking late. And that's why I'm saying this. I'm not trying to be a dick. You really do need to know that. You have to. You can't. The 21st century is wild. I send you all these historic tech stuff.
It's wild.
It's right. And did I send you the one of the very first drawing on a screen in the 60s? And it was just this atrocious.
I have a few from you that I haven't read yet, or watched yet, so I don't know.
Not a big deal.
I'm behind. I'm behind on life. I'm behind on life right now.
We can't talk about it on the show if you don't.
That's fair.
Watch it.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I'm kidding. But this is something I've been thinking about ever since I was a little kid, which is just the history of technology. Right? At one point, the bow and arrow was the best we had, and now, I mean, you basically, if you don't know tech, you're going to fall behind. And I use this too as a reference, and I'll get back to redesign. But I remember and again, I used to not share this because I didn't want to come off pretentious, but I went to one of the best tech schools on planet Earth, and it was very clear to me. I still hung out with my high school friends, my college friends, and I introduced my high school friends to my college friends, and it was very interesting to watch them interact, because all my college friends were like, they knew finance pretty well. They knew mathematics very well. They're all engineers. They knew. It was weird. It was like, I remember the very first, my friend, we were in his Toyota Camry, and the very first time a phone was used for a GPS. I remember that. And I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Eventually every phone is going to have this. And he's like, yeah. And we would talk about it, right? I would literally drink with these guys, and we would just debate the global economy and debate. I wanted to get from their brain everything I could, because, and this is the real reason. If you don't really know how the world works, and you don't know how you work, and you don't know how human beings work, you basically can't win at the game of life. You're like a 7-year-old who like doesn't know anything. And a 7-year-old who doesn't know anything like can't really succeed at anything. You don't know how to buy a home. You don't know how to invest money. You don't know how to make money. You don't know how to build a company. You don't know how to lead. You don't know how to podcast. You don't know how to communicate effectively. Like, I'm basically looking for everywhere I suck so I can constantly update my skills, meta skills, sub skills, and software. And so back to the redesign piece, I really do mean it. Every second of every day, just like the iPhone, you need to be contemplating how to get better. And when I say need to be, you don't have to do anything. And if you want a terrible life, you don't have to do this.
Well, that's the thing too, is like, it's hard to do it. Redesigning is hard because it kind of sucks.
For sure.
But the opposite sucks way worse. And I think the interesting thing about it is some of the redesigns you have are like massive. Like you go from I am the type of person that does this to I am no longer. And that is like big, just painful. Like those are painful redesigns. Some of the other ones are like for us.
The little ones.
I like the little ones too.
The whole makeover thing. Like I think I'm for that sometimes, but I like the little ones. Continue.
I like the little ones too, because it doesn't shake my snow globe as much. We used to do calls at 8 a.m. Mm-hmm. And then we were like, honestly, it's not optimal anymore. Yeah. Because Alan's working later than I am, but I get up and my morning is like my sacred time to do back office work, and I'm in the office and I want to get stuff done. So it was like, all right, we're going to move to 9. That was just a little redesign. Mm-hmm. And then 9 went to 10, and then 10 went to 11.
The real reason behind that too is people are working, and a lot of my clients have full-time jobs, multiple jobs sometimes, and they can't do a coaching session until after they're done with their work. Right. Because they're building their careers.
Yeah. And that was at the time, that was a challenging redesign.
Yeah.
And now it's amazing. And we're going to end up redesigning something else based on that, and just rinse and repeat that forever.
You and I never talk about this anymore because we're becoming ignorant to some of the stuff that in the beginning was like really, really powerful. someone said this to me recently. I know we got to jump soon. Who was I on with? I was on with a client earlier. He's in finance. And he says, Alan, you wouldn't believe the number of people that have just terrible financial advisors and they just don't want to change because they like them or whatever. Mm-hmm. If your financial advisor isn't getting back to you, fucking fire that person. Like, there's so many people that are amazing at this that would get back to you. Like, if you have a financial advisor who doesn't get back to you, that's like a really bad idea to continue working with them.
What are you paying for?
Yeah, and I have someone who I can recommend and or work with me because as a coach, I'm not going to invest your money for you, but I can certainly teach you finance. It's not that complicated. But what was my point of that? He said, yeah, people are afraid of change. That's the main bottleneck. Because I asked him, I said, well, what's the main pain point that you're solving? He said, financial uncertainty. I said, okay, well, we got to go deeper than that. Okay, so what are the three things under that? It's like, okay, they don't want to change anything.
I understand.
Change equals uncertainty.
I understand.
But if you don't change, you're eventually going to have only uncertainty because the whole world is progressing while you're not.
It has to be worth it. It's always that conversation of, I could call my internet provider right now and I could save $30 a month. It's not worth it. Well, if it was $300 a month, it would be worth it.
Which is why the internet provider doesn't jack the price up $100. Well, because they slowly creep it up on you. Because they know they're going to get a lot of calls.
There's a new gym. So, I haven't even told you this. They are building a state-of-the-art crunch fitness.
Fuck yeah.
3 minutes, maybe 2 minutes further than my current gym.
Worth it?
Probably.
Of course.
Probably. But
brand new.
There's that part of me, like, I got to go in and I got to jump through the fucking hoops of canceling my membership. And they're going to be like, okay, we need 1 pint of blood. We're going to need
try to cancel your gym membership.
Yeah, 2 of the hairs.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll just cancel my credit card.
That dude, honestly, I will. If I have to.
Then you got to call Bank of America, so fuck that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's even worse. I don't know what's worse, Bank of America or the gym.
It's definitely Bank of America. We'll just wait until we get a new bank.
This episode's sponsored by Bank of America, the never. America's Bank.
Of all the banks
I don't care.
I've used in my entire life,
man,
I do not understand how they're even in business. It's atrocious.
I don't know how some people are even successful. It's mind-blowing.
It is.
If a financial advisor doesn't return your phone calls,
well, it's
they
hard
shouldn't
because
be successful.
If you've never had one before, you don't know. Like, imagine their first time getting a massage. It's like, I think it was good.
Yeah,
they rubbed my shoulder. They rubbed my shoulder, and I feel rejuvenated. And then you go get another one, right? And then you go get one. It was like, holy shit, that's what it was supposed to be like.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, it wasn't like that at all.
This is why it's all relative. This is why travel, I think, is of value. When I traveled south, I appreciated my home more. Genuinely, I think everything's relative. But that's the thing. You don't know. You don't know what a good night's sleep is until you have a really good night's sleep, and then do it long enough to actually see the difference. It's really...
I think, to your point, that's why you have to do it proactively. Because you don't... If you wait to redesign until the signs are, obvious... I'm not saying it's too late, because it's never really too... It's never too late to get better, right? It's like, you can always get better, and you can always redesign. Obviously, it's better to do it sooner, but if... The Titanic, great example. If they redesigned sooner, they wouldn't have hit the fucking iceberg.
Yeah.
It was too late. They did it. They course corrected as fast as they could. They did everything they could. Unfortunately.
Smell ice, can you?
You can smell ice, can you? Unfortunately, it was too late. And I think back then, it's really hard to be as proactive as you can be today, obviously, right? There's guys standing under the crow's nest looking like, no, I don't see it. Yeah. It's good. It's 12 degrees out. That must have been a rough gig.
Well, I guarantee you that all ships after that made some level of improvement based on that. That is unfortunately where most improvement happens. That's why I'm such a pro frustration, overwhelm. We're going to do an episode on that next. But redesign usually comes as a massive, pain creates necessity to redesign.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah, and if you avoid pain, you also avoid innovation and improvement and growth. You can't grow without pain. You just can't. You cannot. You can deal with the pain today of change, or you can deal with the pain in the future of not changing. people who like love growth and they're still in that phase of like growth is awesome. For me, it's less worse than the alternative. Like,
we should do an episode.
Is terrible.
We should do an episode on that.
It's way better than not growing.
We should do an episode on that.
I would love to,
because I think that is.
It's just better than the alternative.
It definitely is. But I want to talk about how when you start doing it, you like are the biggest proponent of it.
Yeah.
Everything's about growth, and then one day you wake up and it's like, interesting. This is kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Less, but
like,
more.
Forever?
Forever.
Yeah, forever.
All right.
Is this going to suck forever?
Wrap this with a bow so we can get out of here.
Yeah, so redesign, I think once a day, most important win, most important improvement, some sort of a before you go to bed, like how did the fucking day go? Okay? Then it's week. Sunday's a good day, I think. Sunday or Saturday. Probably Sunday. Start the week off right? That's why the calendar starts on Sunday. Okay, I think. Every month you got to. The end of every month you got to just say, okay, interesting. And then this is the most important piece we didn't say until this moment. When you're redesigning the day, the week, the month, you also need to think about the next month. So when I ended Q3 7 days ago, I also planned Q4. So like the year ends, you look at the previous year and then plan the next year, high level. Then when the quarter ends, you look at the previous quarter, see how you did, plan the next quarter. Same with the month, the week, and the day. So use these as look back. And this is why I don't like the present thing. Be present all the time. No. You need to look back and plan forward.
It's not a great strategy. It's definitely not a great strategy.
Yeah, it's 1/3 of the equation.
If you're a yoga teacher,
1/3 of the equation.
It works well. If you're a yoga teacher, you tell people to be present. You're already here. You know, when you're doing yoga, you probably shouldn't be worried about the fucking garage. You know, do the fucking yoga.
How the hell are you going to market and brand your yoga practice and
No. I'm
business?
saying
only when you're in the moment of doing yoga.
You come over to KP Yoga Stude, right? you're in downward facing dog.
Yeah.
And I say nothing but this moment matters.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, when you leave, you better get your shit together. But in this moment, while you're sledding all over my hardwood floor, you don't have to worry about anything. I got you. Okay?
What's your wrap up?
What is my
who was a naturally born planner?
Yeah, I've been planning my whole life. It's wild to think of. That's a joke. Probably the old adage that we've been saying for many years, you cannot avoid feedback. You either get it little by little along the way or you get it all at once at the end. That.
I just had a moment I want to share with our listeners.
Is it about
Kevin's jokes that are really funny are him sarcastically saying things I actually say.
Yes. Usually about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How interesting. I just connected that now. That's so sad. Damn.
We're all right with it now, though, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're
all
good
right with it now.
We're good. I just don't think I realized how
well, I think
that is actually a joke for most people. When I actually have been doing that my entire life.
If we could rebrand this, it would be the Genius and the Joker. That would be the podcast. Would love that. It's never going to be Next Level You. We've come too far. But what a good name that would have been. If I could have done that instead of Hyperconscious, I don't know. Things would have been different for sure.
That would be a trip.
Also think about how different I would be, because I would assume every episode has to be funny. Everything would be different. That's the whole butterfly effect. If we change the name of the podcast,
brand changes the way you operate within it. For me, the way I operate changes the brand.
Well, I know.
It's inside out instead of outside in.
We're opposite.
That makes sense.
You and I are opposite people.
Yeah, you want your brand to be a byproduct of you, not the other way around.
Well, when I started this, I just wanted to smoke pot and have deep conversations.
Well, you obviously have redesigned a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I change, everything changes, but it's a whole thing. All right, we're gonna go. Did you already do the meetup? Yeah, you already did the meetup, right?
Yeah. So for October, we're done.
Okay.
But we have one on. I actually just picked it, so we have the link. Let me pull it up for you.
While Alan pulls it up, if you're looking for a group of like-minded people, Next Level Nation, our private Facebook group, we'll have the link in the show notes.
The masterclass, monthly masterclass
Oh yeah, I said meet up, my bad.
How dare you? Is on the, so we did a vote in our sub community in WhatsApp, private community. And the 3 things that we voted for were productivity, leadership, or business. Most of the votes were productivity, which was exciting for me since I love it. The 5 major productivity fundamentals you must, in all caps, master to achieve your dreams.
Nice.
Yeah. This remarkable right here, showing it on YouTube, I'm going to be screen sharing and coaching live in real time on productivity fundamentals. So join us. If that sounds exciting to you, definitely come. If that sounds terrible to you, please don't. And,
stay home.
That's okay, because I really don't want to be a rapper at a country concert getting fruit thrown at me. So if you're not interested in productivity, just don't come. But if you are, please do. It's gonna be fucking awesome. The last one was great.
Boom. All right, cool. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And if you are as committed as you say you are to getting to the next level, make sure you tune in tomorrow because we will be here to help you get there.
Keep reaching for your full potential. Next Level Nation.